Cool. So like I said, today's our beginner training. We're going to cover campaigns. So let's dive on into it. We'll head over to our campaigns tab over here. And, this training is designed for someone who's completely brand new to the system. So let's just assume that, they're creating a campaign from fresh. So we're going to start from the very beginning of creating a new campaign, not using a pre-made one, which you can do, obviously. We make that nice and easy for you, but let's just assume you're starting from the very, very beginning. So we're creating a new campaign. For the sake of ease, we'll name it Bryn. Cool, here we go. And there is a dog next door that's going ballistic. So if you can hear that in the background, I apologize. So when we create a new stage, there's some things to note. First and foremost, the layout of it is very basic. It's sort of, the stock standard layout that we expect most of our campaigns to follow, most of our stages to follow. If you have filled out your bio, which you should have if you've gone through the 5 steps, it'll have automatically populated here. And that'll just have, obviously, your blurb, your information, things like that. As we sort of scroll down, the basic campaign that we're presented with, you've got a Twitter feed that's automatically plugged into Staged News. I'll talk you through how to change that in a bit. You've got Google-related information where you can enter keywords, and Google will populate a little list of related content. You've got Facebook comments, and then obviously you've got some banner widgets and everything like that. So, I'll just sort of walk you through my process and how I do it. Typically, when I start with the campaign, the first thing I do to give myself a little bit of context is I start off with the campaign info. So we're going to head up to here. This is sort of like the almost like the basic information for the campaign. So you'll see, the campaign name is Bryn. For our keywords, so keywords are not only words that, we identify with the campaign, but it's actually words that Google is going to identify with the campaign, which is really cool because, as these campaigns stay in our system longer, they're going to register on Google, they're going to be easier to find, which is going to result in you getting more views. So, you can use the keywords for a number of things. So, for example, for Bryn, I could put New Zealand, and then you can separate it with a comma, and that becomes one of your keywords. But another cool thing is that you can actually do whole phrases. So you could say like national corporate trainer at Staged. And so even though it says keywords, you can actually do whole phrases. And again, that's that's for Staged itself. It makes it easier to identify in the Staged platform, but also Google registers these keywords with the campaign. So I think that's really cool. And, typically, like I said, to give myself a bit of context, I tend to choose a background. You can, again, select any of the pre-made backgrounds that we have here. There's actually some really cool ones. I like the Stage one. But if you did want to add your own background, you can go custom background, and then you can just pick one from your folder. So let's go, just for the sake of this demonstration. Oh, I can't actually find one that I like. Tell you what, let's go this one. That's kind of like a party atmosphere. So we'll click on that. And cool, so you'll see it's sort of got this dancey type vibe. I'm not really a dancer. I like to think I am. So that'll do for now. And all we're going to do now is just going to, up here is your options for it. So you can pick the background color. So if it doesn't take up the whole, the whole box that you're presented with here, you can select a different background color so that the remaining space is kind of like a different color. I'm going to go with black because I think it's just going to suit it better. And you can choose to repeat the background or, repeat it horizontally. So if, someone's looking at your campaign on a wider screen, it'll scale according. But just for now, I'm going to go no repeat. And I'm also going to fix the background. So the background fix means that if someone scrolls down, or if they, try to scroll across on your campaign, the content is going to move, but the background is going to stay the same. And I sort of liken that to, if you have an iPhone and you're scrolling across the menu and the applications are scrolling side to side, but the background of the menu stays the same. That's kind of what background fix does. So I'm just going to click that because I like the aesthetic look of it. And there you go, you can see my backgrounds updated. On here, we've got some other sort of like little tinkery sort of options. These are for more of our intermediate/advanced users, but one that I want you to pay attention to if you're a beginner user is video autoplay. So that means when someone clicks on the video, is it automatically going to play, or is it sort of, are they going to have to click play? Are they going to have to engage with it? I don't really have a preference, but just for this example, I'm going to do, I'm going to click not autoplay. So when someone clicks on the campaign, they're going to have to click play on the video. Is kind of that's what I've just done. So we're going to save that. Awesome. Okay, so you can see it starting to come together. It already looks different just from adding the background. I've added all the the information in terms of the keyword and everything. So we're well underway in getting this campaign going. So as you'll know, I'm a national corporate trainer and I actually work for Staged. So I'm going to promote Staged today. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do if I promote anything, be it an offer or a company or myself, is that I'm going to want to add a banner or two. So if you're listening, Kathy, this is the step that you should pay attention to. So we're going to go to the banner that you want to select, which in this case will be the side banner placeholder. And we're going to click on the edit, which is the little pencil. Cool. Okay, so what we're presented with now is a few different options. We've got the actual banner URL. This isn't something you have to worry about, but you also have the redirect URL, which is, Kathy, what you would like, if you want your banner to be directed towards your campaign or to your, I'm not sure, to your Facebook page or whatever, this is where you would drop in the link. So it'd be, staged.com/Kathy. In my particular example, it is staged.com/upstaged. And then all we need to do is swap out that stock standard image that you can see here and swap it in for something that obviously looks a bit more like a banner. And so the cool thing about Staged is they give you like a lot of content that you can automatically populate your campaigns with rather. So again, this is a side banner. As you can see, it's on the side of my campaign. So I'm going to click company banners side. And here you go. I've got a whole lot of options that I can choose from. For the sake of today, I'm going to go with the Twitter one. That looks kind of, I've always liked that bird. So I'm going to select that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to click save. And you'll see instead of the stock standard, basic staged placeholder that you have when you first create a campaign, you've now got a nice looking widget that when someone clicks on it, it's going to head to staged.com/upstaged. So, Kathy, like I said, if you're listening, that's what you want to pay attention to. Again, you can do that to any of these, the banners. So again, I'll do this one here. So we have another example. So main banner placeholder. So we want to take that into account when we're selecting the banner. So again, we go to company banners main, and this is again going to give us a whole lot of options. And so for this one, I'm going to select the sort of more basic stage. And then all I'm going to do again is change this link down here to whatever suits me. In this case, it's staged.com/upstaged. And then I'm going to save that. And just like that, my banners are now directing to where I would like them to be. And that's all you need to do if you're wanting to redirect traffic to a URL that suits you. So if you've used a share code from someone, their URLs are still going to be, attached to that campaign. So you want to make sure you go in and you change those, those URLs to suit you. Cool. So we've got the banner. The bio is automatically populated. Look at me looking sideways, moody, emotive, black and white. Looks good. Now I'm going to head over to, do we want to have Facebook comments on this? I typically don't. I mean, I know it's good for engagement, but I tend to take out Facebook comments, and I leave the related information. And here we can just use basic keywords. So again, this is going to use the keywords that I filled out earlier. So if I save this and I head back up here, it's going to use my keywords to find information from Google. And it's going to populate this list down here. So in this case, the topic of my campaign is Bryn, which is me, self-centered, I know, and the keywords are New Zealand and national corporate trainer at Stage. So it's probably not going to be able to pull too much content from Google, but you can imagine if you're doing, an exercise-based campaign or video games or vegetarian, based campaigns that you're trying to create, if you just put those sort of keywords into this box, it's going to populate the latest news, information, Google articles, and that's going to give your viewers a lot of engagement and a lot of value. So we can leave that related information as it is. And then I suppose the last one we really need to edit on this very basic campaign is our Twitter feed. And so here, all we're going to do is we're going to pretty much swap out the Twitter username for the Twitter name that suits you. And so I see a lot of people who, they might, if they've got a campaign attached to one Twitter address or one Twitter username, they'll create a Twitter feed for that username. So, if I'm, right now, if this campaign was attached to my personal Twitter username, it will be Stage Bryn, and then I would save that. And so that's going to populate this list with tweets by Stage Bryn, which coincidentally enough will all just be stages. And so when you send this live campaign to someone, that's what they're going to see. So I think that's looking really good. I've got my bio so people can find some stuff out about me. I've actually got my phone number there, which is pretty interesting. I didn't even realize I had that there. So, if you guys want to text me or call me, feel free. And, I've got two URLs that are going to redirect traffic through to my stage should they click on it, or through to my stage username should they click on it rather. So the last thing that I'm going to do today, just to finish off this, like I said, this basic overview of what a campaign is I'm going to add some social targeting. So I think it was Carol maybe had some issues with social targeting over the past couple of days in the Facebook user group. So if you're not listening now, hopefully you can watch this video with more of a clearer indication. So we're just going to click social targeting. And from here, we can allocate the social channels which this campaign is going to be directed to, but we can also allocate the video content that this campaign is going to pull. So not only are we saying, this campaign is going to go to this Twitter account and this Facebook account, but we're saying the campaign is going to go there with these videos attached to it. And, this is going to be the type of content that it's going to post. So all I'm going to do, like I said, I tend to start off by selecting a Twitter account first, just to give myself a bit of context. So I'm thinking who might like a Bryn branded campaign, and maybe Las Vegas, because, I'm not from Las Vegas, I'm from New Zealand, but I'm living in Las Vegas. So maybe I want to push it out to my my Las Vegas-based Twitter account, and you can select more than one. So let's maybe say Las Vegas and Teen Trend, which is actually a Justin Bieber, One Direction type of account. So I'm trying to posture myself as the next Justin Bieber, and you can see here I've selected two of them, and it says success posting to your Twitter accounts has been updated. Awesome. So now we need some video content to give to those Twitter accounts so that when the campaign goes out, it's giving them engaging, relevant content. So you can do this in a number of ways. I suppose there's three main ways. You can either target by category, which is a very broad manner of doing it. So you don't really, it's almost like luck of the draw. You don't really know what video content is going to go out. It's not very targeted. And through extension, it's not very engaging. But if you did want to do that, we've broken it down into, I suppose it's 12 or 13 different categories here. And these are all YouTube categories. So if I just select sports, it's literally going to post out random videos from YouTube that are in the sports category. So it could be, synchronized swimming one day and then American football the next day. So like I said, it's not very targeted. It's not very engaging. So what I tend to do is target by channel. And you can see here it's recommended from the very, very top of Stage. So it's not just me saying it. So right now, we've got no channels. We have to add somebody, either adding a channel or top channel. So top channels is a list of the top channels on YouTube. So again, it breaks it down into category. So just for the sake of it, I'll go back to sports. And from here, you can actually just click the top channels in each category. So for example, NBA is a good one, you know, ESPN, maybe NHL, because I'm in America, MLB. And so the more that I click, the more video content it's going to have to pull from. So when you're clicking these videos, you want to make sure that A, there's a deep pool of videos, which if they're on this list, there will be. But B, you know, it's content that's going to be relevant and engaging and exciting to the people that you're trying to get onto your campaign. So like I said, I'm targeting this towards teenagers and people who live in Las Vegas. So it might not be, you know, it might not be prudent of me to send them NBA and ESPN videos. You know, you don't want to send single mothers UFC videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get even more specific, and I'm going to add an individual channel, which is as specific as we go here at Stage. And so here you'll see I've got like a blank dialog box, and I can actually add my own URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to YouTube. Here we go. Cool. And so now I'm at YouTube. What I want to do is find a channel which is suitable for my campaign. So like I said, let's go Las Vegas was one of them. And instead of just searching Las Vegas, you can see I've got like a whole lot of videos here. Disorderly conduct in Las Vegas, what's new. What I want to do is I want to add a filter, and I want to filter by channel. So I only want to see channels. I don't want to see individual videos. And once this loads for me, here we go. Cool. So you can see now that I have a whole lot of, you know, Las Vegas based videos, you know, video channels rather. So it's going to give me content directly relating to the audience that I'm trying to engage with. So, you know, I can, let's just pick one here. Again, you want to look for, yeah, cool. No worries, Bruce. So, you know, guys, like I said, you know, getting as engaging as possible is the best way to do this. So, you know, I've selected Las Vegas as a Twitter account. I'm trying to post content that's engaging to Las Vegas. So if I, you know, pick the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, that's a good channel because it's based in Las Vegas. People who live here will know all about it. But it doesn't have a very deep pool of videos. So you want to look for, you know, one, you know, a channel that has a really deep pool of videos. The Las Vegas Review Journal's only got 74, which is kind of ridiculous. Maybe I just search like what's another casino here? Maybe Caesars. There we go. That's a good one. It's not even going to give me. There we go. And then again, I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to do channel. And so hopefully it'll give me the Caesars. There we go. Cool. So Caesars Palace. You've got 128 videos, which is a decent amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the URL for the channel. I'm going to pause that before it even starts. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take this little link up the top here. You're going to copy it, and you're going to paste it. And so you're going to paste it into that blank little bar, and then you're going to click on the tick. And all of a sudden, I've got 128 videos now that this campaign is going to pull every single day and put out to my audience over here. So just to walk you through that process again, because obviously I'm trying to engage teenagers who love One Direction for some reason, as well as people from Las Vegas. So I'm going to add another channel. And again, you can add as many as you want. Bear in mind that the more channels and the more videos you have to pull from, the less ongoing maintenance you actually have to do to your campaign. So I would suggest adding 5 to 10, getting really, really deep pools of videos so you don't have to come back and revisit these if they one day run out. Cool. So I've got the Las Vegas niche catered to. Now I'm going to search One Direction. And then again, I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to do channel. And I've got One Direction Vivo that has 157 videos, but more importantly, it has almost 16 million subscribers. So I know that, you know, if I'm trying to engage teenagers and I'm trying to build a niche of teenagers, they're going to be interested in what I'm posting, because 16 million of them who are, you know, actively using the internet, you know, will be customers of this Vevo account. So again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that. I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to go back to my campaign builder, and again, I'm just going to add that one. Awesome. So now I have 2 different channels catering to 2 different niches. Bear in mind that even though I have these 2 channels selected, or these 2 Twitter accounts selected, you should have them relating, not like I've done. So it should be, for example, you know, if you have 2 health and fitness Twitter accounts, it should be that, as opposed to like something, you know, 2 polarizing niches like teenagers and people who live in Las Vegas. So just bear that in mind when you're creating yours and doing your social targeting, but this is obviously just an example. Remember to social target by actually adding the channels, because you can get a little bit more forensic is the word we like to use, a little bit more forensic with the content that you're putting out. And so once you've done that and you're happy with the way everything looks on your campaign, all you're going to do is activate Alexis, which is formerly known as StageBot. Click on her, and you'll see it says StageBot has been activated. Stages will start being produced at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So I know that tonight stages are going to start getting produced for these Twitter accounts using these videos, and they'll be presented on this campaign. And that is a very basic, very quick run through of how to make a campaign from scratch. Bear in mind that there's a lot more to this as you get further and further into the platform and you get more used to using it. But like I said, this was just a basic run through. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them right now in the chat box. If not, feel free to put some feedback on the Facebook user group on this post for this training. Always enjoy and appreciate your feedback. If you aren't friends with me on Facebook yet, please add me. I'll go there now. And if you aren't a member of that user group also, please go to the user group and get yourself involved, because it's a great place not only to see other examples of what people are doing with Stage, but also to, I suppose, get feedback and get some encouragement and some enlightenment as to what you might do. So if you have any questions, guys, go ahead. Thank you, Stacy. As usual, appreciate it. So like I said, guys, add some feedback here. I'm going to send this video to Kathy, so you guys don't have to worry about her. Cool, all good, John. Has anyone got any questions? If not, I will see you all on, well, maybe I'll see you all. Your LinkedIn button is not redirecting. So do you mean your LinkedIn button on here, on your social buttons, or do you mean your LinkedIn button? Okay, cool. So for your LinkedIn button here, let me just click. Where are these video? Okay, I'll do viewer one's question first. It shows this. So I'm just waiting. Huh, interesting. Okay, well that viewer one, it seems like that is a tech issue. So it's something probably back office. So I'm going to viewer one. I'm not sure if you're on the Facebook user group, but please get on the group and add me, Bryn Schofield, as a friend, and then send me a message, and I'll submit a ticket for you, or I'll walk you through how to submit a ticket, because that's definitely a tech issue. It shouldn't be redirecting you to linkedin.com/pub/Rob. So that's definitely a tech issue. So add me as a friend on Facebook, and we'll get that sorted out for you. Back to viewer 7. Appreciate it, viewer 1. Thank you. Viewer 7, where are these recorded videos posted? So we actually posted the link yesterday It's On Stage Training as a YouTube channel. You can find the link on the Facebook group. I posted it here 21 hours ago, so it's not too far down the feed. When you click on that, it's going to bring up all of our trainings for the last couple of months. They've been titled accordingly and dated accordingly, so hopefully that'll give you a little bit of direction. And then Bruce has asked, can we at one point he's asking, have a training meeting if you know it well enough for Pinterest? Okay, so sorry, Bruce, I think I misread. Can we have at one time have a meeting if you know it well enough on Pinterest and Google+? Sure. I might actually do that training on Friday. Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is our intermediate training, and that seems like a good enough intermediate topic because a lot of our intermediate users are now getting, I suppose, acclimated to Twitter, and so we might open up new social networks for our training. So Bruce, tune in on Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will definitely do my best to put a training together for Pinterest and Google+. Awesome. Any other questions, guys? Viewer 7, I hope you saw the redirect. No worries, Bruce. I will talk to you on Friday. Like I said, Viewer 1, add me as a friend on Facebook and we'll get this sorted out for you today. We have a staged platform overview with Ross on Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's a really good idea to get people onto that overview. It's the same channel, so all you have to do is click the link again, click the phone button and tune in. But it's a really good idea to get people plugged into that, because if they sign up for Stage and they sign up for Stage using your referral code, your URL, then you stand to make $33 recurrent for the life of the subscription. So, get people onto that, get people sharing and using the tool, and together we'll make this, this whole platform massive. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it a lot. Again, put some feedback on that Facebook post, and I'll talk to you all on Friday afternoon. See you later.